All right, so today we're going to be diving into something pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Um, the world of starting a barista training business.
Okay.
And you might be thinking, well, who needs lessons to make coffee?
Right.
Like I can make coffee at home.
Yeah.
But but the thing is,
Hmm.
the specialty coffee market is absolutely booming.
It really is.
We're talking about projections of this market to reach almost $85 billion
Wow.
globally by 2025.
Yeah, that's a lot of carefully brewed cups.
Yeah, that's a lot of lattes.
That's a lot of lattes, exactly.
And you know who is really in demand to fuel this growth? Skilled baristas.
That's right.
So,
And it's not just about, you know, keeping up with that demand.
Yeah.
But it's really about elevating that whole coffee experience.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing a real shift from just like, okay, I need my caffeine fix to, a real appreciation for the quality and the craft.
so people are getting serious about their coffee.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for someone who wants to teach barista skills?
Well, I think it means you're not just teaching someone how to operate a machine.
Okay.
You're becoming like a guide to a whole culture.
Oh, wow.
Think about it. You're sharing knowledge about bean origins, about roasting profiles,
Yeah.
different brewing methods, the art of latte art.
That's a lot.
It is.
That's more than just, like you said, just pushing a button on a machine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like becoming a coffee professor.
Kind of, yeah.
But who are your students then? I mean, is it just aspiring coffee shop owners?
It's actually way more diverse than you might think.
Oh,
Of
good.
course, you've got the folks looking for, a career behind the counter.
Yeah.
But you also have, passionate homebrewers who want to,
Oh,
up their game.
Yeah.
You've got coffee enthusiasts just looking to kind of expand their knowledge. And you even have corporate teams looking for kind of a unique team-building experience.
Hold on. Corporate team building around coffee.
Yeah.
What? Tell me more about that.
It's becoming really popular because I think companies are realizing that, coffee, it's a shared experience. It's something that can really bring people together. So imagine like you're leading a group of executives
Yeah.
through a latte art workshop.
Okay.
They're learning, they're laughing,
Yeah.
they're bonding over something new and fun. And who knows, maybe they're even discovering a hidden talent for pouring the perfect swan.
Yeah.
You know?
I never would have thought about the corporate angle.
Ah.
It's there. But, okay, let's get down to business, literally.
Okay.
What are the ways that a barista training business can actually make money?
Yeah.
How do they get paid?
Well, the revenue streams are surprisingly diverse.
Sure.
So you've got your classic, in-person workshops
Yeah.
and courses which you can tailor to different skill levels and interests.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the whole online world.
Okay.
Think, video tutorials,
Yeah.
downloadable resources,
Yeah.
even like subscription-based content for the serious coffee geeks out there.
Okay, so you're saying it can go beyond just teaching.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what else is there? I'm intrigued.
Well, you can leverage your expertise in all sorts of ways.
Okay.
Imagine partnering with a local roastery to sell their beans alongside your courses.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe you offer consulting services to help new coffee shops develop their menus and train their staff.
Oh, wow.
There's even a possibility of selling like high-end coffee equipment,
Really?
becoming a one-stop shop for everything coffee.
Wow.
So,
That's a lot more than I expected.
yeah,
It sounds like you could build a whole coffee empire.
you could.
But I'm sure there's a lot to consider on the practical side before we get too carried away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Starting any business has its challenges,
Yeah.
but I think the coffee industry is particularly interesting because it's driven by passion,
Yeah.
but also trends.
Mm.
So you need to be ready to adapt. You need to stay curious.
Yeah.
You need to constantly learn.
So what are some things that people should be thinking about if they're seriously considering this as a business?
Okay.
Like, what are the hurdles?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is staying ahead of the curve
Okay.
because coffee trends change so quickly.
Yeah.
What's hot today might be cold brew tomorrow, so to speak.
Right.
So you need to keep your finger on the pulse of the industry, constantly researching, experimenting, updating your offerings.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's
But I guess if you're passionate about coffee, it's more of an exciting challenge than work, right?
Exactly. It's all about turning that passion into a sustainable business.
Okay.
And that's where things like marketing and networking come in.
Mm.
You need to get the word out about your expertise.
Yeah.
You need to build relationships with other players in the coffee world.
So what does that look like in practice?
Okay.
How do you actually connect with your target audience and make them want to learn from you?
Well, first and foremost, you need a strong online presence. We're talking a professional website,
Yeah.
engaging social media content, maybe even some, eye-catching latte art videos
yeah.
that people will share.
For sure.
But it goes beyond just the digital world.
I'm guessing face-to-face interactions are still really important for a
Absolutely.
business like this.
Partnering with local coffee shops is a win-win.
Okay.
You can offer discounted training to their staff, host workshops at their location, even collaborate on special events.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic way to build your reputation
Yeah.
and kind of tap into a ready-made audience.
So this is starting to paint a really clear picture of what it takes to succeed in this business.
Yeah.
But before we get into the nitty-gritty of things like crafting a curriculum and building a brand, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be back in just a minute.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're back and ready to keep brewing up some more knowledge about building a barista training business.
Yeah.
Before the break, we were talking about marketing and networking and all that. But now let's get into the heart of it all, what you're actually offering, the curriculum.
Yes. This is where your expertise really shines.
Yeah.
You're curating this learning experience
Yeah.
that takes someone from coffee newbie to maybe not a master barista,
Yeah.
but someone who is well on their way.
So where do you even begin?
Right.
I mean, is there like a standard barista training syllabus out there?
There are definitely core skills and knowledge areas you want to cover.
Okay.
But the beauty of this business is you can really tailor that curriculum
Yeah.
to your niche and your target audience.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about those different student profiles,
Right.
aspiring professionals, homebrewers, corporate groups.
Yeah, yeah.
Each of them are going to have different needs and different expectations.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So walk me through it.
Okay.
Say I'm creating a course for absolute beginners.
Okay.
Like, what are the must-have elements?
Well, first and foremost, you need to lay a solid foundation.
Okay.
Think Coffee 101, the history of coffee, different types of beans,
Yeah.
basic roasting concepts, the impact of grind size on flavor.
Right.
You'd be surprised how many people don't even know the difference between Arabica and Robusta beans.
That's true. I remember when I first started getting into coffee, I had no idea what any of that meant.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you've covered the basics,
Yeah.
what's next?
Then you can move into brewing methods.
Okay.
Start with the essentials.
Okay.
French press pour over, maybe even a cold brew tutorial.
Yeah.
The key here is to really break down the techniques step by step and emphasize the importance of precision and consistency.
So it's not just about like following a recipe.
No.
It's about understanding why
Exactly.
each of those steps is there.
You want your students to walk away with the knowledge and the confidence to experiment
Yeah.
and brew delicious coffee at home.
Okay, so we've covered the basics of brewing,
Right.
but I have a feeling most people are signing up for a barista training course because they want to learn the fancy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, espresso drinks latte art.
You're right. That's often the big draw.
Yeah.
And this is where things get a little more technical.
Okay.
You'll need to dive into the mechanics of espresso machines.
Yeah.
Proper extraction techniques, the art of milk steaming, and of course the ever-popular latte art.
Okay, let's talk latte art.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, those Instagram-worthy designs are what make people want to become baristas
I completely agree.
in the first place.
Latte art is like the visual expression of a perfectly crafted espresso drink.
Yeah.
But it's important to emphasize that it's a skill
Yep.
that takes time and practice.
So how do you teach someone to go from shaky milk swirls to pouring a perfect rosetta?
Well, it all starts with understanding the science of milk steaming.
Okay.
You know, creating that velvety microphone texture.
Yeah.
That's essential for latte art. And
Okay.
it's about technique.
Yeah.
The angle of the pour, the height of the pitcher,
Mm.
the speed of your movements.
Okay.
And finally, it's about creativity.
Using those techniques to create those beautiful designs.
It's amazing how much goes into just one cup of coffee.
It is.
But I imagine there's more to being a good barista than just the technical skills.
Absolutely. Customer service is a huge part of the job.
Right?
You're interacting with people all day long. You're
Mhm.
taking orders, answering questions, and creating this really welcoming atmosphere.
Yeah.
So don't forget to incorporate those soft skills into your training.
Right. You want your students to be well-rounded baristas
Yeah.
who can not only make the amazing coffee,
Yes.
but also provide a great customer experience.
Exactly.
Okay.
And another aspect I think that often gets overlooked is sensory training.
Okay.
Teaching your students how to taste and evaluate coffee like a pro.
I've heard of coffee cuppings,
Yes.
but I've never actually participated in one.
Okay.
What's that all about?
So cupping is this formal process of evaluating the aroma, the flavor,
Yeah.
the quality of coffee.
Mhm.
It's like a wine tasting, but for coffee.
So you're training your palate to identify those subtle notes of chocolate, citrus berries,
Yeah.
even spices
Wow.
that can be present in different coffee beans.
That sounds fascinating.
It's an incredibly valuable skill for anyone who's serious about coffee, and it adds another layer of depth to your curriculum.
Okay.
You could even offer specialized cupping workshops
Yeah.
for those who want to develop those tasting skills further.
Okay, so we've talked about the core elements of a barista training curriculum,
Right.
but how do you actually structure your courses?
So that'll depend on your target audience and the depth of knowledge that you want to impart.
Oh.
You could offer, short introductory workshops for beginners
Yeah.
or more comprehensive multi-day courses for those who want to delve deeper into a specific area like latte art, sensory analysis.
Yeah.
You could even create online modules for those who prefer to learn at their own pace.
So it sounds like there's a lot of flexibility
Yeah.
and room for creativity when it
Mhm.
comes to designing these offerings.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that makes this business so exciting.
Yeah.
You can truly make it your own and create a unique learning experience that really sets you apart from the competition.
I'm already feeling inspired to create my own barista training empire.
Great.
But before I get too carried away, let's talk about marketing, branding, all that good stuff.
Let's do it.
Welcome back. We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
Everything from crafting a curriculum
Right.
to becoming a sensory expert
Yeah.
to mastering that, art of the pour.
It's a journey.
But let's be real, even the best cup of coffee
Mm-hmm.
can have a bitter aftertaste
Yeah,
if you're not prepared for the business side of things.
absolutely.
So let's talk about the challenges.
Okay.
What are some of the hurdles that people should be prepared for when they're launching a barista training business?
Well, one of the first things you'll likely encounter is that classic chicken and egg scenario.
Oh, yeah.
Needing students to build a reputation, but needing a reputation to attract students.
Right. So how do you break out of that cycle?
Well, it's all about being resourceful and leveraging those marketing strategies we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Think outside the box.
Hmm.
Maybe offer free introductory workshops at community events.
Yeah.
Partner with local businesses for team building activities.
Okay.
Or even, create some engaging online content
Yeah.
that really showcases your expertise and your personality.
So it's about building that trust
Yeah,
and showing potential students that you're the real deal.
right.
But what about staying relevant? I
Hmm.
mean, coffee trends come and go so quickly.
That's where continuous learning becomes your secret weapon.
Okay.
You have to be a coffee sponge, constantly absorbing new information,
Yeah.
attending industry events, experimenting with new brewing methods and equipment.
Yeah.
Your students are looking to you for the latest and greatest.
Right.
So you can't afford to fall behind.
I imagine that also keeps things interesting for you as a business owner, too.
Oh, for sure.
It's not just teaching the same thing over and over again.
Right, you're always evolving.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things that I love about this industry,
Right.
is you're sharing your passion and enthusiasm for this ever-changing world of coffee.
And that enthusiasm can be contagious.
It is.
It's what draws people to your business
Right.
and keeps them coming back for more.
Yeah.
Speaking of keeping things fresh, let's talk about competition.
Okay.
How do you differentiate yourself in a market that might already have established barista training programs?
This is where you need to find your unique angle,
Okay.
your coffee superpower.
All right, I like that.
So what specialized knowledge or skills do you have that set you apart?
Yeah.
Maybe you're a latte art wizard.
Okay.
Maybe you have a deep understanding of single origin beans. Maybe you're passionate about sustainable coffee practices.
So it's about identifying that niche
Yes.
and really owning it.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to showcase your personality.
Yeah.
In a world of cookie-cutter businesses,
Yeah.
authenticity is a breath of fresh air.
It is.
So let your passion shine through.
Yeah.
Connect with your students on a personal level and
Oh.
create a learning experience that's both informative and enjoyable.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
But let's be honest, passion doesn't always pay the bills.
Right.
How can someone ensure that their barista training business is financially sustainable?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges for any new business is managing those costs.
Yeah.
So you'll need to be savvy about your spending, especially in those early stages.
Okay.
Consider starting small,
Mhm.
renting equipment instead of buying it outright,
Right.
and exploring partnerships that can help minimize your overhead.
So it's about being strategic and resourceful
It really is.
with your resources.
And don't feel pressured to offer every single course under the sun right away.
Yeah.
Start with those core offerings,
Mhm.
the ones that really showcase your expertise.
Okay. And then you can gradually expand your menu as your business grows.
We've covered so much in this deep dive
We have.
about the exciting opportunities, the potential challenges,
Yeah.
the key ingredients for success
Absolutely.
in the barista training world.
It's a fascinating world.
As we wrap things up, what's one piece of advice you would give to someone who's seriously considering taking the plunge?
You know, if you have a deep love for coffee
Yeah.
and a genuine desire to share that passion with others,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
It won't always be easy,
Yeah.
but the rewards of building a business that combines your expertise and your passion are immeasurable.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure exploring the world of barista training with you.
Likewise.
I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about,
I hope so.
and maybe even inspired a few future coffee entrepreneurs along the way.
That would be amazing.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll be sipping a perfectly crafted latte made by one of your students.
I would love that. That's a thought I'll definitely raise a cup to.
Cheers to that.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thank you for having me.
Until next time, happy brewing.